Well, as we're sitting here at LTV on this beautiful afternoon, Tuesday, May 14th, year 2024, here with the Hello Hello Show. My name is Haim Mizrahi, continuing with the tradition of public access and the tradition of the Hello Hello Show that's been on the air since 1980. Of course, not to fail to mention a contribution by Fraser Dougherty, Francis Ann, and of course, the likes of you out there that make it your business to enhance and fortify this wonderful concept called public access. Give me a minute. Just want to make one adjustment that I need to get the camera off of my. Yes, I think we're doing well here, and I think it's all good. And we're back to normal with this wonderful T-shirt. As I mentioned, Tuesday, May 14th, year 2024, here with the Hello Hello Show. My name is Haim Mizrahi. Of course, as far as LTV is concerned and public access, we have a tradition here for over about 27 years since the early days of Sabina Hindra and so many more that we erected the whole concept of showing group exhibitions of local artists and artists from whichever direction that they come and express a willingness to participate. And of course, it's just there's a full body of work behind it, a full body of level of seriousness that we can enjoy here at the corridors of LTV. As we speak, we have Matt Rayner, fantastic artist, really. I mean, I can't begin to tell you. We had a wonderful opening last week, and the work is going to be up for at least another 3 weeks. So we're very happy about that. And then um, uh, I have a wonderful combination for August. Of course, I have June and July, but August, I can't wait to bring these two wonderful um, artists together, Victor Kerpel and Fan Yu Lin. I mean, you're talking about an immaculate, um, uh, positively disturbing combination of artists. And again, the kind that really triggers within me the desire to let it ring. I mean, when it comes to the verbal aspect, poetry, storytelling, poetry, prose, uh, short story, uh, short storytelling, poetry. Wonderful to be able to introduce. I mean, that's actually the example I gave the other day here. So if I had to face a canvas, for example, and and work from switch to switch and get for example, I really don't know much about surrealism. I mean, I understand the concept very well, and if only because just naturally and instinctively my system informs me that I know what it is, and I come feeling confident that I actually indeed I know. Even though if you were to ask me, I won't have like a straightforward, okay, I got the answer all ready to go. Even though I have an answer, but not necessarily ready to go. So surrealism, facing the canvas as someone who ventures between one medium to another, one dimension to another, one level to another, one stage to another. And when I say to another, I mean adjacent to, in the reasonable proximity to one another would be a little. It would be quite difficult for me to understand what should be my attitude in order to condition the surface to the degree where we collect and pick up enough information in order to feel safe that indeed we are going from phase one to phase two and on and on and on. And that there is a plan, even if that plan doesn't sit right ready in your back pocket, it's actually forming in front of your eyes. And of course, it's all at the end of your level of willingness to document, to pay attention, to keep records, to emphasize recollections and the value of it, having uh, knowing how to use things such as photographic memory. I know a lot of people that are for sure know of themselves of having photographic memories, but never really quite understood the relationship between that and that which is available on behalf of having this privilege due to a technical ability that becomes emotional and spiritual back and forth before you know it, like you wouldn't believe it. But on the other hand, if I have to face the blank page and I have a pen or an iPad, whatever you choose to, uh, I feel a little more confident. At least in the early stages, I feel like I can give multiple answers almost immediately. And thank God for documentation, because I know for sure, I don't know about those who are supposedly receiving this information, how they're going to treat it, how they're going to approach it, how they're going to put it to use. But I know how it works with me in a very clear fashion. So you are making it known. I love this sentence, making it known. that's that's the vibrations out there are there for a good reason, because this is it translates itself to, their request for some attention, their request for some recognition, the request for consideration and acknowledgement and awareness. And boy, oh boy, did I already say about 10 different beautiful things that if you were to just group them together, you'd create a fabulous poem that speaks about the heritage and the generational changes and the tests and the provocation and the acknowledgement of, especially of the point making that leads you to the specific fertility that will make it reasonable. No, and, what's the word? Realistic, maybe not. Um, that indeed that particular, whatever you want to call it, that approaches you and make itself aware, make itself known, uh, is answering the specific needs that my specific needs, whomever's specific needs. It's not just like, hey, help is on the way. It's the kind of help you need. So you got the help and you got the kind of help that you need. I mean, don't even want to go there, don't even want to talk about it, because it's just perfect. There's no room for discussion other than just like counting your blessings and hoping that many more will join in that sense. Facing the blank page, facing the canvas, two worlds apart, really apart. One word is just dwelling in harshness and hardness and difficulty and a challenge and a challenge and a challenge and lots of doubts and second guessing and lots of desire, straightforward, clean cut, showing a sturdy face as keeping and therefore keeping a straight face. And it seems like everything is in place, not only in quantity and quality and density and concentration and and purity, but also in the type of answers that it reveals itself to be. And of course, these answers equal um, remedy, medicine, uh, recuperation. But you, me, of course, when I say you, I mean me. When I say me, I mean you. But it's just a hands on attitude that welcomes potential subject matters, moods, and the swings of moods and the changes that are as abrupt as they are, also held back traditionally, and seek um, maybe a different attitude when it comes to pointing the light ray and and beginning to fathom what it really means to be included within that zone of light, zone of brightness zone of um, uh, awareness, the art of noticing, and how it translates itself and how it becomes one with a concept that is actually not so innocent. And it's, yes, it comes across and it looks like it's seeking, but not as much as one would think. It puts in place that which will work for the sake of, well, uh, got a lot of that. I mean, there's a lot where it's coming from, of course, because you're the chief engineer, you're the chief creator, you're the chief orchestrator, you're the chief performer. What is it to worry about exactly? I mean, even if you're not any of that, the question will remain the same. What is it? What is it? What is it to worry? What is it all? What is it all about to feel the way that we do sometimes, and we do that, and we know that it's wrong and unnecessary, and we can do without. And yeah, but there's this kind of uh, uh, this a scenario of repetition that doesn't so repetition doesn't seem to be bothered by what it stands for, what it means, and and therefore the it switches and to, I guess you can call it a second level, because now you're talking about more participants in the game, more customers and consumers. I love the word consumers. They indeed will and are and will be consuming, and for the most part it will be just simply art. Before I came here, I went to my studio because I forgot. I wanted to look for I wanted to look for I wanted to look for canvases and paint that I had to take to put in my cart, deliver to someone. And there I looked at the painting on the easel, and it was my painting. Like I'm doing, I don't even know why I do this face expression, but it was like my painting. It sits there, arrogant. The painting was so arrogant, and I guess I picked it up because I was paying attention to how comfortable it feels with itself. How comfortable it feels with itself. Just sitting there, becoming aware more and more of what it means to understand its nature. That thing that you follow, that you benefit from, that you help grow, that you seek its presence, that you work with, that you help people with, that you help yourself with, you help the sake of art. You look at it, now it's on the easel. And I said, this is my piece. I love it. I love it. And but that particular moment of maybe, I don't know. I don't call it self-indulging or and not being narcissistic just because I paused for a minute and admired my art, for example. Yeah, I mean, if I was to do it every day or 10 times a day, every day of the week, I think that would be a little problem. But yeah, okay, so I realized immediately. So now, right after that, not right after that, while this was going on, I realized on right and left, right was the white and left was the black, even though right has the black under the white, over the white, under the white, and the left has the black over the white, over the black, over the white, over the black. So now we got the black over the white and the white over the black. Fifth generation. And and I just said, I need to add 5 here and 5 there. And I know that this is getting closer because it was a piece that I worked really fast on it. I created it really fast. And anybody that would look at it and see it would never think that was done so fast. But of course, I have 2 more layers to go. I know because some of them I count. Because I'm a drummer, I come from the world of rhythm, the sophistication of knowing matter that translates itself to accent. Da, 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 da. This is to give you an example. Let me just remember it. And then what? So, so if you were to, even in the most cliche, adamant way possible, just think about. So it's like it's like it's like brotherhood and sisterhood, and it's like sharing space, and it's like um, timing, common timing, and it means an ability to blend, to mix, to overlap, to come together, to accommodate, to um, and so much more. So I want to be able to say that this knowledge can help me, can guide me, can aid me, can make me feel more secured, more accomplished, uh, more open, more tolerant, more flexible, more patient, more free, more accommodating, and more kind of singing and thinking about the relationship and the importance of pairing color with sound, with sound with color, and and have the world rest comfortably and safely on top of some kind of an agreed upon universal alphabet that people for the most part feel like, okay, i guess we accept. We So I look at that piece and I put a seal into the vacancy that grew by the day, because I made my intentions known, and therefore if the surface has any plans or need to play the game and not surrender willingly, then the elevation of a complex question answer, especially in the world of in the world of rhythm, because it's like it's so easy to introduce to it a theatrical a theatrical movement as a part of as a part of a as a part of a dialogue or monologue, or as a part of verbal, you know yeah. And and questions question answers question answers questions, questions answers questions, really like this. I mean, and then in the midst of it you realize how ridiculous everything is. Like, okay, but you just came from that moment of high, and that high wasn't fiction, because it was as familiar to you as yourself is familiar to you. That's a great indication. So, but then this feeling of awkwardness doesn't go away, and you just thinking suddenly that just a minute ago this uh, this wasn't there. What is it that we do in our lives that we suddenly open ourselves abruptly, suddenly, completely, for even, thank God that it's only for a minute or something. A minute is eternity times 12. So, so you celebrating and feeling elevated, and so much more of that goodness and balance and ups and downs and deliberation, performance, and and but still there's a moment of awkwardness there, nesting, and and you learn about yourself. You learn about yourself. Well, you can say whatever you want as far as trying to explain what it is that you understand of things to be, and that you can describe it and and tell it and explain it. And and there is an extra treaty to overcome the potential destructive profile, if you think about it, because all this lovey-dovey situation usually gets to a point where, there is like headbutting and hitting, coming to an abrupt stop and hitting a cement wall and stuff like that. So out of the out of the goodness, for the sake of the goodness, into goodness, uh, this is almost like that minus 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 minus, whether it's minus 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 plus minus minus minus, and then realizing that you're not yet quite there. Maybe it's something you thought about it in the past, but you really never got to do something about it. Well, you know what, this is the situation where you're going to have to uh, address the situation. And whatever it is that you're going to learn about the situation, you're going to have to, I mean, if it's where it's not supposed to be, you're going to have to make it happen that it will be moved from where it is to where it's supposed to be, because it's like, yeah, let's be as cliche as we can. The show must go on. That's a wonderful definition of we're having fun. We are aware of our immediate surrounding. We make it our business to understand the extent of our devotion to the process that happens to be creative and artistic, and how we become more and more responsible for most of the things that we encounter. Most of the things we gave birth to, directly, indirectly, by direct matter, by indirect fashion. But we were there. We were the instigators. We were uh, uh, the reflectors that just made it on time to shine the way for those who were momentarily fortunate, and they're there. They need to benefit from it. You making sure they're going to go back home, wherever home is, highly rewarded just by doing a little minor thing, because you know how to think, and more often than not, you come across as a unique genius, and that's all good. That's all awesome. So, what are we looking for? We're looking forward to just having that continuity that will just increase with its intensity and uh, uh, communicating about that, the emotional level of that spiritual endeavor, like, and why do I do this? I don't even know. But yes, like spiritual endeavor in the face of that emotional, responsible, traditional, conventional mental workout into that emotional zone. Full of stuff. Oh my God. How people can make a career by trying, well, by listening to people, and then saying some things and saying nothing, whatever, and finding that this is the way that we need to treat the world. And so they want to tell you, we really love you, we really care for you. Why don't you put the money on the table, and we thank you for your business, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Yeah, and that's it. Next Wednesday will be exactly that. The infrastructure left behind. What kind of infrastructure? Infrastructure, you wonder. The social infrastructure, but the personal, intimate social infrastructure that completely belongs to you. It's your doings, it's your planning, it's your fixing, it's your uh, um, webbing. It's your baby, and you treat it as such, and the world is benefiting from so much of that which you helped give birth to, as your engagement knows no boundaries. So, who can tell us that that particular goodness that we feel and the and that sense of being compensation, especially when they're highly much deserved, and when we don't feel bad about it. We don't feel bad about hardly anything. Why? Because we found out that we cannot feel bad about something that we believe doesn't have any trace of badness or whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying in that sense, but I know. But I mean, you know that most of the things that we can sit and talk, not because someone like a third party is announcing to us what this world has come to. I can't tolerate when people tell me what this world of ours come to. You know what? I dare you all. I mean it. I dare you all. You better go and pick up Martin Gilbert's book called Holocaust. 958 pages of writing that happens to be exquisite writing about the most atrocious aspect of human beings towards human beings. Like unbelievable. But he wants you, when you come and show yourself and you face at the other end, that you will be showing all the signs in the world that encounter that he was talking about, I'm talking about, has benefited you so immensely and so incredibly and so meaningfully. So there lies the relationship between greatness and genius to greatness to this unlimited capability and strength that it belongs so unique that actually belongs to itself. And 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 you're that dancer in the dancing hall, and you're the musician in the center of that orchestra that is voicing and declaring and mending and bending and harboring and raving about uh, the given involved in the fact that we should take this world at face value. And if we were to do that convincingly, we're talking about some big party. So he wanted to climb, and for some reason, everywhere he went was suitable for that purpose, and he just found himself climbing most of the time. and being rewarded in so many ways, as if he was not doing one thing and repeating it over and over again. Not that it's good or bad, it's just a kind of simple mathematics. But at the same token, there's a whole life underneath taking place that belongs to him that is known to no one. And it's really maybe just like a own sweet, lovely, intimate routine. But to the outside world, it would mean probably would spell the home of greatness kind of thing, the 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 transforming to that which is kind of casually genius and and we're not walking any longer. It's like leaping. I love that leaping. Just leap down across, and and understanding its strength, understanding its uniqueness, understanding our good fortune when indeed that comes across our way, and most of the time would mean it's just kind of filtering itself through us, and we're filtering ourselves by being filtered by it. What a great fortune, to experience that, to feel that. And then down the road, he realizes that he's been used all this time, all along. What a what a what a realization! What a discovery! What a what a self-realization! And then when that happens, you realize that that person that is be, becomes available to the world to to get to know, and then immediately you realize that you know and immediately you realize that actually most of it is what I am all about, really. Most of it is me, and most of it is me operating there as me was, as me is, as me will be. A kind of very freaky situation, but in the same token, it resembles the familiarity, which is there, maybe not in my case as a condition, and not in my case as a way of showing credentials, not by my way, not by my requirements, Not, I mean, I cannot imagine me having requirements over anybody for any reason. But I mean, if I have to run a business, let's say, or an art show, whatever it is, it would be kind of nice to say, well, I'd love to see your work. I'd love to get information. I'd love to experience it. I'd love to visit your studio. I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to get to your work ethics and work processes, and I'd like to become familiar with your rationale and what leads you to this, what leads you from there to here to there, from there to here, and that's just like if I had an acoustic drum set here, I would probably play to you. I would probably play to you something like no, no, that, no, yeah. So this is the journey, and it has, if you're lucky enough and you have those mediums that you can play with, because this is a replica of how life is going to be easy and difficult, and reality, how is it going to be complicated, or just kind of simple in a very sophisticated way. You are you going to experience just some kind of just the right amount of normalcy because you want to witness things getting done, getting accomplished. This is the height of your desire to experience. how simple and how profound, how is it going to manifest itself, and what style is it going to choose, and what technique is going to blend with it in order to give it a really nice push party start beginning. Nice. And so ahead of the pack suddenly and maintaining that achievement. 3% you like achieving 97%, but maybe not, because usually you go 3 and then 95, and then you realize when you're number 98% of the process to be completed, these two, these 0.002, 0.002 knocked you off your feet. What a shame, you know. But if you are really basically like him, like that person, like that character, you have nothing to worry about. If you got the number 98, the world should be informed of only to imagine what kind of magic and miraculous uh, gives, give and takes, just like that. You give and take long enough, and then you realize, oh my God, I didn't even use. They realizing that the most of the journey that you do and all the achievements, all the contribution are done and made when your mind is empty. It's the least heady possible. You're like more instincts, more the animal in you, more the awareness, an awareness of self, of a body, of a location, um, and um, and acknowledging that you understand where you are. And in those instances, you don't dare bring yourself into the equation of, oh, I think I put that together. Well, no, you know what? This time, this thing, no. So you know how to treat the chances of that particular scenario to thrive and to succeed, even if it will be on the account of your well-being or comfort, or you can definitely live with that. To be downgraded momentarily, yeah, but it feels like eternity anyway, whether it's downgrading or upgrading for a few seconds. It feels and tastes like mortality, because eternity really doesn't exist in the face of understanding that time exists in the fashion, in the way that we understand it too, and that it can be proven and shown. I think that's. Oh yeah, let's see what's going on. So again, I wanted to. I don't know. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you, what I wanted to share with you, uh, Let's see. I wanted to do one more thing, if you indulge me to do that. Uh, okay, very good. Okay, the definitely I can do it very easily. So in in that sense, it's all here. I wanted to. Okay, well, that's wonderful, 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 wonderful. Okay, you ready? So this is just. It's not even. It's kind of. Um, like pause and proceed, and pause and proceed, and pause and proceed, and pause and proceed. You know, and so yeah, oh yeah, oh my God, this is. Are you kidding me or what? Uh, okay, well, anyway, so here it will be straightforward. So here we can yes. This is like straightforwardness of something like a concept that comes to your head, and you want to go with a dictation of a brief second that just carries you the necessary amount of time for the task at hand. It already understands the task at hand before you, maybe even. And there's just an agreement, a feeling of mutuality when it comes to, okay, everything needs time. Everyone needs time. We need time. A little bit, a lot, but we need it. So that brings that kind of whole idea of tolerance very very easy to tolerate tolerance, obviously, and to have that available. And then you do it. It's like something that I did, and then I'm going to look at it, maybe many times in the future. I don't know. Future is tomorrow or next week. It's there. It's a successful attempt, and it achieved the purpose and the of what it was all about to begin with, and why it began and why it became an issue for me to arrive to the point where I say, okay, I'm going to write this. And then in the gentle rain of in the gentle rain of gathering courage, you stand out, a beacon of wholesomeness and availability. Your moment arrives, exhaling to cleanse the remnants left behind, imagining descent down the slippery slope with fervor, hating the notion of self-inflicted pain, which is kind of very cliche. But sometimes we have to declare, I think, the cliche verse phrase, Uh, I once reached out to touch your head in the darkness, a silent greeting halfway, a whisper of God in your heart. Before recognition dawned, merging us in an instant. The echo lingered, granting wishes long after my reply. Turning, I found I found you ensnared in your own light, lost in the vortex of your own creation. Also very cliche, but must be inserted in the leader to erasing your name from the chart of generations past. Yet you scrubbed on, surrendering to fate's whims, until I intervened, pulling you back from the brink. Now you stand amongst us, a, tes- a testament to resilience. Cliche, and now you stand amongst us, a testament of resilience, a reminder that paying attention pays dividends. I think that's kind of a nice way to put it. And even as your lips tighten against the cold, whispers of distant winds carry dreams of yore, elevating fleeting encounters to moments of clarity. So now, the stage is where that which is kind of cliche is in relationship to itself, like like a uh, like a scared secondary skeleton, that is not crucial to the stability of the structure itself, but crucial to what makes things a little, kind of lightweight. So people have somewhat of an easy time to be able to relate, to understand. At the end of the day, you want to understand something. You don't have to understand everything really, but something, yes, definitely. So the in the as dines the ocean to the feeding frenzy. Some things are just yes, I agree. And yes, uh, this is oh yes, definitely. Okay, so inner summary, and the because we usually speak of the figure that has so many aspects, so many profiles, so many faces, uh, and each with its own expression, and yet harboring a void, a space awaiting thought, eyes contemplating, inhaling the air of possibility, a landscape of visions unfolding, segments delineated, folded within, an inner synthesis, muting the winds, quieting the clamor of influence, a crisp essence of flavor, tempting vistas of a cultivated valley. Downstream, amidst harvest and love's embrace, repetitive acts, simply set aside with grace amongst false grandeur, castles of opportunity, a rhythm pulsating across time's expanse. From signs of eager anticipation to memories past, growth unchecked with the recesses of the mind, delving into the core of urban consumption, peering deeply into the initial inklings, manifesting specific qualities, advancing boldly at the apex of enlightenment, embracing aliases, a dance of acknowledgement and disregard, a glimmer of understanding, a hue of collection and connection, a healer departing silently, leaving behind dreams, wending through the journey, showcasing resilience, returning to introspective evaluation, a testament to humility and presence. Little cliche, with one foot grounded in reality, the other, oh boy, what is this? Stuff growing on my hat. With one foot grounded in reality, with one foot grounded in reality. The other is aspiration, aiming true between the enigmatic dance of life. A healer, recognizing the essence of traits, revisiting dreams, fostering exploration. A spring in our step, tempered by steadfast resolve, balancing steadfastness with gentle grace. In this exchange, we find sanctity. In this harmony, we find transcendence. So, cliche, just the right amount to annoy you, to to speak in the name of that kind of, I don't even know what in what um because this is what do we have. Yeah, have another 5 minutes. I wanted to pretty much conclude, not conclude, but I mean to um and this okay. So so you can do that. You can do that. It's very easy. You can do that. And I think they will make it also different. It's not like listening and saying this is good poetry. Listening and saying this is new. This is something. This is a different way to write poetry. And even though it might be just need to still have a long way to go, but something is different about it. That's what makes it interesting, special, maybe. Therefore, so you leave the scene of action. This is just gonna send my storytelling. You leave the scene of the action and you're pretending, and because you're experiencing this wave of closeness, kind of plain closeness, and then a ritual of rare emotions. Uh, it's more like a rare emotional transformation. It's becoming a, a fresh unfoldment with the comfortable edges and in a weird way, very very balanced. So there's a movement towards transformation, and maybe it will not, you know, materialize. But so in a musical way, now you come to the level, the stage of ringing. It's very important. So promisingly with small mouths. So we want to kind of eliminate the fact that we give too much credit to the size of the mouth in all this, and revolving, sampling a possible relief, because this kind of expectation, it's got its demands, very kind of it's it's an anxiety of some sort that's suddenly happening, but not bad or good. It's just a matter of fact. Revolving, sampling a possible relief. Now I should go and come back. Nobody knows going where, coming back from where. But it makes so much sense because now I should go and come back and bring the peace as a package of enlightenment. I mean, it's also, see, the end is always some kind of an aspect, a cliche aspect to it, like a package of enlightenment, like package, you know. So what any other word that I wanted to replace it with was like not making me feel what a package of enlightenment is all about, because you want to bring the peace in the shape of that package. So I don't know, box of enlightenment? No, package, because package is also an accumulation of memories, of you know uh, deposits, summaries, savings accounts of literal savings accounts, and I would say that this remaining level-headed, like a barringer of an impending ice ages chill, that works well. High esteem is gradually erecting a much needed sonic barrier, essential for the adaptive senses of shifting tides and twists of fate. So you can become really Shakespearean, but yet a little more modernistic kind of nowadays approach too. So you envision a pathway, because you have to have a pathway, time's gentle soak of the edges, at the edges, considerations not sparring in sharing the wealth of wisdom, cliche, slow motion, free based exhaustion, because it is. Exhaustion is slow motion. A heightened pleasure in presence, yearning for old fashioned endurance, and is contemplating what I should, would, must, and prefer to think, choosing what fits, what I favor, what's most likely in my mind's barrel. A bountiful journey unfolding, a visual feast, rugged terrain at every footstep, tempting a certain fall. Perhaps it's an act of faith to embrace the unknown, superior to the transient strokes of the traveling paintbrush, under the keen eye of the color's creator. Cliche, yet somewhat powerful. So, okay, it's there, and it's there because someone put it. If it's me or someone else, there's a point to it. There's kindness to it, because you want to tell someone, I'm not letting you off the hook so easy. I'm going to make you become aware of your achievements. Leave it to me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing that level of resilience by being patient with me. Tuesday afternoon, May 14th, 2024, here with the Hello Hello Show. And my name is Haim Mizrahi, continuing with the tradition of public access and the tradition of the Hello Hello Show that's been on the air since 1980. Don't forget the ongoing monthly exhibitions that we have. This month we have Matt Rayner on display through the beginning or the middle of next month, first week of next month, but at least 3 weeks from today, at least. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And then, of course, if you come to any of the events that are taking place at LTV, you'll be able to see the art and examine the art. And Matt Rayner is an exquisite artist, really an exquisite artist, and we enjoy having him here. And make it your business to come and visit the station, maybe get acquainted with what public access really stands for and how it is that you can find yourself involved and engaging and participating. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep safe and be kind to yourselves, to others, life, and the rest will follow. So we're sending you our love.